Hi everyone. Our topic for today is all about macronutrients and micronutrients. At the end of this unit, the students are expected to apply appropriate concepts of nutrition and diet therapy holistically and comprehensively, track the digestion of foods and nutrients in the body, identify all the macronutrients and micronutrients as to definition, classification, purpose, function in the body, food sources, deficiency, and excess affecting the body. We have six essential nutrients. Again, how many? Six essential nutrients. And these nutrients divided into two forms, organic and inorganic. And when we say organic, it has carbon. From organic, we have carbohydrates, protein, vitamins, and fats. From inorganic, we have water and minerals. Carbohydrates considered as the primary source of fuel for the brain and the rest of the body. 50% to 70% of total energy required by the body coming from carbohydrates. 1 gram of carbohydrates is equals to 4 calories upon complete hydrolysis. For example, I have here lemon square, and this lemon square has 30 grams. So 30 times 4 is equals to 120. And you know that this lemon square is same as your half cup of rice. Has sugars, composed mainly of sugars coming from the Greek word saccharide, meaning starches and sugar. An organic compound composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. As advised, you have to eat complex carbs or what we call polysaccharide because this polysaccharide contain many monosaccharide linked together, like your starches, a stored form of your carbohydrates in plants supply energy for a long period of time. Function of carbohydrates are chief source of energy, protein sparing, supplies energy mostly to the body, takes part in building body tissue to some limited extent, regulator of intestinal peristalsis, and provider of bulk. Proteins. Proteins is a complete has a complete and incomplete proteins. When we say complete, it is an animal source, and when we say incomplete, it is a plant source. For you to have a complete source of protein, you have to eat animal source. For you to have incomplete proteins, you have to eat plant source. For you to have complete from incomplete, you have to have 2 servings of incomplete proteins to have a complete proteins. It has amino acid, which serve as the building units of the body tissue, organic compounds composed of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. If you notice, nitrogen is different. Nitrogen is only the difference of carbohydrates and protein. It has a normal osmotic relations in body fluid. 10% to 50% of total energy needs to supply by your protein. 1 gram of protein is equals to 4 calories upon complete hydrolysis. Your simple proteins like albumin is soluble in water coagulated by heat, while your globulins is soluble in water but soluble in salt solution coagulated by heat. The function of proteins are builds and repairs body tissue for growth and maintenance, builds resistance to infection by helping form antibodies, supplies additional energy aside from your carbohydrates, contributes to numerous body secretions and fluids, maintain water balance. What are the sources of your protein? We have your animal source and your plant sources. For the animal source coming from egg, milk products, meat, fish, poultry, and seafoods, while your plant sources coming from your cereals, legumes, and processed vegetable protein. Fats facilitates absorption of the fat-soluble vitamin like your vitamin addict. It is an insulator and protector of our body. It has 2 fatty acids, which is the basic structural unit of fat. They are the key refined fuel forms of fat that the cell burns for energy. It serves as a continuing supply of energy for each and every hour. It has an organic nutrient containing 1 carbon, 1 hydrogen, 1 oxygen attached in a glycerol base. 1 gram of fat is equivalent to 9 calories upon hydrolysis. 20% to 30% of total energy is required from food coming from fat. Remains in the stomach for the longest period of time. What is good fat? So, good fat is coming from your unsaturated fat, from your monounsaturated fat and your polyunsaturated fat, which is your omega-3, omega-6, and omega-9. It is what you call the good cholesterol. Or when we say good cholesterol, it is your high density lipoprotein. And when we say saturated fat, it is your low density lipoprotein, meaning it blocks your artery wall that causes atherosclerosis. And your trans fat is really bad to your health. And your trans fat really causes you some form of cancer and increased risk for heart diseases like eating fried foods, processed foods, etc. Function of fats supply food energy in concentrated form for body activities, protects body, tissue, and insulates body, supplies essential fatty acid, and serve as carrier of the fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. And it adds palatability and satiety value, sense of fullness to your meals. Vitamins, we have two forms of vitamins, fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble vitamins not absolutely needed daily from your food source. Why? Because it is stored in your body. While soluble vitamin must be supplied every day in the diet because it's not stored in the body and excess from the body is excreted from your urine. Fat-soluble vitamins have precursor, while water-soluble vitamins do not have precursor. Fat-soluble deficiency develops slow and vitamins. Water-soluble deficiency develops fast. What are the example of pure water-soluble vitamins? We have vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. Normal function of the heart, muscles, and nerve with deficiency of beriberi. Vitamin B2, thiamine, maintain the healthy tongue, mouth, and eyes, with deficiency of glossitis and chelosis. Vitamin B3, nicotinic acid, nicotine, keeps normal activity of the GIT and CNS. With deficiency of pellagra, with signs and symptoms of diarrhea, dementia, dermatitis that leads to death. Vitamin B6, pyridoxine, essential for the formation of tryptophan and conversion to vitamin B3. It is taken with isoniazid to prevent peripheral neuritis. B9, folate or folic acid, essential for formation of RBC, taken with iron supplements during pregnancy. The deficiency are megaloblastic anemia, neural tube defects. Vitamin B12, cyanocobalamin, cobalamin, essential for formation of RBC, helps maintain nerve cells. Deficiency is pernicious anemia. Vitamin C, ascorbic acid, antioxidant, immune system, iron absorption, and it heals of wounds and fracture with deficiency of scurvy. For fat-soluble vitamin, vitamin A, retinol, uses as antioxidant and good for the eyesight. Deficiency is blindness or xerophthalmia. Some excess goes to your liver that resulted to hepatomegaly. Vitamin D, calciferol, calcium and phosphorus absorption. Rickettsia for children, osteomalacia for adult are the deficiencies. For excess, muscle spasm, okay, kidney stones. For vitamin E, antioxidant function with deficiency in anemia, nerve degeneration, weakness, excess are cramps, diarrhea, dizziness, blurred vision, headache. For vitamin K, phytomenageon, essential for blood clotting, excessive bleeding, and easy bruising. Vitamin content is highest in fresh foods that are consumed as soon as possible after harvest. We go now to micronutrients. Your mineral comes in two forms, macromineral nutrients and micromineral nutrients. For macrominerals, meaning big minerals, are calcium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and chloride that no need to take every day. While your iron, zinc, manganese, iodine, fluoride, and sulfur, selenium needs to take every day. Water is 60 to 70% of your total body weight. Deprivation of water, 30% that leads to illness, and 20% leads to death. According to Abraham Maslow, after oxygen, water is next to maintain life. We have 45 liters of water found in the body of a normal adult, of which 30 liters intracellular or found inside or within the cells, 15 liters extracellular or found outside the cells. The function of the water acts as a solvent for all products of digestion, and that we call universal solvent. It also carries nutrients to the tissue, remove waste products from the tissue, and helps regulate body temperature and the acid-base balance, and send messages between the cell so you can think, see, touch, hear, feel, and move. And that ends our topic for macro and micronutrients. If you have any question, you just look at the canvas for your discussion board, then write there all your questions, and we will answer that. And as of now, you can try to look at your worksheet for lecture and laboratory in your Canvas. You may download and answer that, and you may send that through the Canvas forum. Thank you.